Thousands of years ago in Beijing, the Forbidden City was a place where the most powerful emperors of China once ruled. Here in this city of mystery and wisdom, the ancient practice of traditional Asian medicine flourished, and the challenge of Goyin was revealed.
In August of 2001, I was asked by a co-worker to travel with him and visit his people, and I was traveling extensively around the world, and luckily, I guess, I had a week where I could squeeze in a trip to China.
While in China, Darren was unable to pass up what turned out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to the Forbidden City. While exploring the unique majesty of this ancient wonder, his dignitary guide offered to show him the inner court, a place closed to most visitors and where emperors ate and slept. In this sacred area, Darren was introduced to the concept of traditional Asian medicine.
It's kind of a rare invitation to be able to go in and see some of these things that he was asking me to see. So of course I readily accepted his invitation. And at the base of this one room was this table, just fascinating to me. And he sat down beside me and we kind of talked back and forth. And during our little conversation, you know, he leaned over at one time and he said,
"Mr. Hogue, what you have done so far is very impressive in taking your products to the world. However, I ask you, I challenge you to learn more about traditional Asian medicine and to take these benefits to the world."
And when you do, you'll balance your life and perhaps the lives of millions of others in the world.
Although unsure what would become of this promise, Darren accepted and has seen this promise come to life in the form of Goyin. For 5,000 years, the ancient art of traditional Asian medicine has been tried and proven as a means of not only preventing and treating disease, but also of bringing abundant balance and harmony to people's lives. Central to the essence of balance is the flow of qi, the energy life source that flows throughout the body. Qi flows unrestrained through a healthy and balanced body, bringing intensity to life. The Asians believe that philosophy, art and science are based on the fundamental realization that all things and all processes are interconnected. The human body, mind and spirit are looked upon as a complete whole.
From ancient times, they always talked about yin and yang. You know, cold and warm, even though it doesn't necessarily mean cold and warm, but the yin and yang, the differences of yin and yang have to be together to bring one to balance.
Years ago, while living in Hong Kong, Brent Barton learned the power of traditional Asian medicine and balance when his body became ill.
I actually visited one of the hospitals there, which was a Western hospital. It just didn't feel any better. So the associates that I was with, they said, you know, you really need to go see this Dr. Chin.
Brent's associates referred him to Dr. Tian Ling Wai, an 80-year-old former medical professor at the University of Beijing, College of Traditional Chinese Medicine, who had previously lectured at the University of Chicago Medical School.
She was a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. And we walked up 3 flights of stairs. We got up there, and her apartment was off to the right. But right here was just a little room with walls full of herbs and spices and things that she had. And when I sat down with her, she told me her background because she knew how uncomfortable I was. Told her how I was feeling, and she was asking me what I was eating. I was expecting her to do an examination, but after she visited with me about what I was eating, she said, you know, your body's on the yin side.
Dr. Tian determined that Brent's internal systems were out of balance and that he was experiencing yin, or too much cold, in his system. She instructed him to eat a blend of yang, or hot fruits, that would bring his body back in balance, give him more energy, and replenish the antioxidants in his system to help prevent future illnesses.
She mixed it up and actually put it into a drink. So I tried that for a few hours, and I actually was feeling much better.
After just a few hours, Brent regained his energy and his discomfort began to subside. To help him maintain balance, the doctor recommended a new diet of fruits and herbs to take every day.
And actually I started sharing it with the associates that I was working with at the time. And they started feeling the same thing. They felt much better, they had a little more energy, and we continued that diet for quite a while. And she became a very good friend to us and a mentor, so to speak, of teaching us about TCM, but the effects of how the Chinese were living and how we needed to live and how much better our life would be.
As he followed Dr. Tian's advice, Brent found that he indeed had more energy, regained his sense of well-being, and felt healthier than he had in a long time.
The Chinese really do have the best of both worlds. They have had thousands of years of developing products, herbs from nature, understanding how they affect the body. We worked on a formula that would help us get into balance.
And from this 5,000 years, this natural blending of ingredients, the body takes what it needs. From a natural standpoint, it helps it heal itself. But without that blending, you're not going to get the full benefit that you could achieve.
Goyin achieves this natural balance through a proprietary extraction method and by blending the most powerful herbs and superfruits together.
I realize that there's a lot of great things in herbs, natural supplementation, but they don't really benefit you to the full extent unless they're put together in proper formula.
Goyin provides strength and goodness from the understanding that all foods, particularly herbs and fruits, have either hot or cold properties.
Well, you could be out of balance either way. You can either be on the yin side of yin and yang, which is on the cold side.
An unhealthy body can result from eating too much or too little of one type of food, regardless of nutritional value.
You could be on one day and on the other day, depending on your diet and your makeup and your physical body.
To keep the body in balance, foods on both ends of the scale must be consumed. This combination creates optimal healthy energy, mood enhancement, and antioxidant power. Goyin understands that one single fruit is not enough. As the formula for Goyin was being put together, Brent went through the journals he had kept with Dr. Tian. The fruits that Brent had recorded in them were indeed beneficial, and the traditional Asian medicine experts in Shanghai and Berkeley use them in the formula to ensure the flow of qi and preserve the yin and yang.
You know, here was this challenge offered or given, and yet what am I doing with it? You know, and then later on it came to fruition where I had an opportunity to meet his challenge.
And I made a change and vowed that that's something I needed to continue to do when I got back to the States. And it was a little more difficult finding that balance when I returned.
Sharing their stories with each other, Darren's challenge in the Forbidden City, and Brent's first-hand experience of traditional Asian medicine, they joined together to bring the benefits of Goyin and this powerful opportunity to you.
The Chinese actually believe that there are no coincidences in life.
I got to a point I had something. I needed a method to introduce it to the world.
Today, Goyin has become the link from the east to the west, from a well-established traditional Chinese medicine healer to two friends sitting at the emperor's table. Remember, nothing in life happens by coincidence. Opportunities reveal themselves for a reason. Your future with Goyin is now in your hands.